Today we are going to show you about functions and modules in Python. And let's get going. So what are functions? Functions are reusable pieces of code that perform a specific task. For example, if you wanted to know the prime numbers between a given range, or you wanted to multiply, or you wanted to do the sum of a given thing, or you wanted to find the area of a rectangle. So how do you define a function? You use the dev keyword, and let's get going by showing you how to create a function. So you can just create here functions dot py. So we need to increase this size a bit. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's close that. So let's create a function greet dev greet, and then what we pass into it, we need to pass a name because we want to say hi to somebody. Or we don't want that, so enter there, and then what will be printed once this function is run. So if we're greeting somebody, of course we say hey, because we have a comma, we have space, and we also can concatenate with what? With their name. And then we can have an exclamation at the end. I think we concatenate again and have hey and then a particular name. So that is how you create a function. But then how do you call that function? So for you to call a function, you first need the function name, greet, and then what variable am I passing? Let me pass a string Breton. Let's save that. Let's open and just close this. Let's do Python functions.py, and you can see hey Breton. So if you pass another name like Guru the Guru, viewers or subscribers, see if it returns that. Yes, it returns that. So that is how you create a function and how you call it. But then in functions, you can also have return values. We might need to return something. So how do you return something in a function? So let's stop calling that. Let's create another function here. So we can have a function add. So we need to add something like an x and a y. And then what do we do with that? We want to return x plus y. Some space there, x plus y. So that is the function. Now you can have something like a return is equals to call the function add, and then what numbers we want, 3 and 4, so that we get Ronaldo. So return this is not return, we call it result, not return, because I think return is a special word, so we use result. And then let's print result. Let's print Ronaldo. See, there's a function. You can close that here. We just call that again 7. So you can see that is how you have returned, or that is how you return something in a function. So we said we look at functions and we also look at modules. So let's create another file, module or modules. So you can have the special modules that Python has, something like math, something like random. Those ones will look at them. But now we want to create our own modules, because modules are files containing Python code, usually defining functions, classes, or variables. So that is a module. They allow you to organize and reuse the code across multiple files. So let's create our own module. So we can create our own module, something like my module.py. So let's create that file. Let's close there, and then let's have two functions. We have an hello function. We say hello. This time we don't pass anything, and then we can just print something in it. Hello, Guru the Guru viewers. That is the first function. So let's just define another function. Let's define a multiply. These are pretty simple functions. This one will pass an a and b, and then what do? We need to return a times b. So those are our two functions. So that is our module. So we have created our module. So let's go ahead and import this module into another file and see what happens. So importing module. Let's see. Import module. Bye. Let's see. So import my module. You can see it there, my module. And then in my module, what do we want? We want the function for say hello. And then we also need the result. Yeah, the result. The result is from my module dot multiply, and then what are we multiplying? 4 and 9. So we are multiplying that. Let's print result. Let's see what happens. So guess what happens, guys? No, we need to run Python import module. So because the first function on my module, this one just prints hello guru, the guru viewers. The second one is a multiplication, so it returns a times b, which is, we have passed 4 and 9. 4 and 9 should be 36, but now we need to print it because that function doesn't have a print functions. So remember, as we start modules, I told you that you can also import specific functions or variables. So I do not need to import the whole file. I can just import a specific function. Like, let's, instead of doing that, let's remove it. I don't think we lose anything. So from my module, we can just import. I should have left it as it was, and then here from my module we import say hello, and we also import what? Multiply, and the function should work the same way. Function is supposed to work the same way, because now we don't need to do my module dot hello, we just need to say hello, and then we don't need this, we only need to do multiply. And if we run this, bring it down a bit, if we run it, there you go, it returns the same thing. So you can import only, no, I had not saved, so I think that is from the previous one. Let's see. Hello guru, the guru viewers, and because I have not printed results, we don't see the result. Let's clear. There you go, you get the same result. So you can import only a particular function from your module. And then remember, I told you about the Python standard library, where we have things like modules like math, random, and datetime. So ensure you go and look at those and then see if you can be able to use them. Because, for example, let me show you some of them very quickly. So let's Python, we call them Python standard library. L.py. Let's import something like math. Then from math, what do you do? We want to print the square root of a number. Math sqrt. What number has a square root? I think 49. 49. The square root of 49 is 7. So that should return 7. Let's also do random. So random, from random, what we want, we can print a few random numbers. So random, but random integer between 1 and 10. So this will generate a random number between 1 and 10. And then import the last one, date time. What do we do with date time? Let's do the current date. Today's date. We can do date time dot day. Then let's print the current. This is wrong. Let's print the current date. So that should be okay. Let's see what we get back from our 3 Python standard library modules. So this should be Python, yes. The time has no attribute today. So I think I made a mistake here. I need to have date there and then today. Sorry guys, I hope you didn't make the same mistake I made. You can see today's date, you can see the random number, you can see the square root of 49, which is 7. So guys, I've shown you how to do function, and I've also shown you the various modules. So go and practice, go and try and do various things with the modules. Go and try a module called OS and try and print your current directly, and then let's meet in the next tutorial.